Right. Have a conversation?
Huh?
Here to have a conversation.
Are we going to have a conversation?
Yes.
Yeah, about you shouldn't be doing this.
That I shouldn't be doing this?
Yeah.
How old did this kid tell you they were?
Bro, let me tell you something what I was going to do. No lie.
Right,
no
what was you
lie,
going to do?
Bro. Was going to scare the shit out of that kid because first of all, they shouldn't let him on here if he says he's 18 and he's 15.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I played along with this whole thing because I'm like, what if it was my kid?
So you'll want somebody to tell your kid to come all the way over to you?
Just scare the shit out of him. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
Mike.
You think I'm stupid? Why do you
Mike,
did you hear what I said to him? I'm not trying to get arrested or none of that.
You said you're not trying to get sued. You said you're not trying to get sued or nothing.
I played along with the whole thing to scare the shit out of that kid, bro. And that's the God's honest truth.
Is that right?
Honest to God, bro.
How old are you?
I'm 56.
You're 56 years old.
Bro, did you not hear what I just said? It's your word against mine, and that's my God's honest truth. I have no reason to lie to you, bro. No reason to lie to you.
Did you talk explicit to this kid?
Huh?
Did you talk explicit?
Bro, let me explain something to you for the last time.
Uh-huh.
I told you my truth, what I was going to do when he came over here. I was going to scare the out of him. Okay?
So you...
Just like I tell people that come over here that are of age, don't ever drink a drink from somebody unless you see them pour it. Okay? Same okay? Because I'm not stupid, bro. I know the games, bro.
What's the games?
The game, him trying to get me caught up or whatever you do or anything like that. Could you stop filming me in my house, bro, and get out right now? Right now, bro. Right now.
I just call the police then for you.
Go ahead, do that, bro, because I was trying to save the kid.
Call the police on you. You scumbag. I'll call the police on you.
I'll call my family and have you wipe the out.
All right, we call your family then. Call your family, because you about to go to mother jail.
That was 56-year-old veterinarian Joseph Manzoni, who, according to authorities, allegedly solicited a teen for sex and was instead met by YouTuber LC Predator Catcher. So what's it like being inside the home of a man who allegedly thought a 15-year-old was going to show up? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. LC Predator Catcher, a YouTuber with 31,000 subscribers who claims he's confronted over 300 alleged child predators, provided information that helped lead to the arrest of 56-year-old Joseph Manzoni. Manzoni was arrested a month after his confrontation with LC Predator Catcher and was charged with enticing a child by various means. Joining us now on Sidebar Podcast to talk about what happened inside Manzoni's home is LC Predator Catcher. Mr. LC, how you doing? Thanks so much for coming on Sidebar.
I'm good.
So how'd you get into this?
Watching YouTube.
Really? You saw other YouTubers do it and you're like, hey, I would be good at that?
One day I was watching, I used to watch a lot of First Amendment audit videos. I used to watch a lot of those with people that go up there messing with the police and stuff like that. And go and record the cops, and one of them it came up like it was a collab with it was like First Amendment audit with a predator catcher. So I'm looking at it though. That one video came up like the guy he caught the chief of police or something like that.
Oh wow!
I'm like yo, that's a regular guy that's doing this. I'm like yo, these regular people that's doing this. Like I'm like oh, you can't get locked up for that or nothing. Oh, I'm about to do that. I'm about to do it. So after about a month of watching it, I just went out and the first day I'm about to download this app. I say within like a half hour I was going out catching somebody.
Wow. So when did you start?
March 2020.
Oh, recently. So the beginning of COVID. So when you started, you weren't worried about the legality of doing it in terms of like potentially entrapping some of these people?
No, because I'm not a cop. It's not on entrapping or anything. I feel like this. Once a kid tell you that they're underage, it's no entrapping or anything. That the moral thing that a grown up should do is like, no, you're too young for me. Block. I'm out of here. You're too young for me. But you have them like and still talk.
So once you started at the beginning of 2020. You have 31K YouTube subscribers now. How'd you build it up so fast?
This is my second YouTube channel. Like the first one, like every platform I done been on, it got shut down. Like my TikTok, I have 121,000 followers on there. my last TikTok, I had 121,000 followers. They shut my thing down for community guideline violations. Facebook shut my last Facebook down for community guideline violations. YouTube shut it down for community guideline violations. They all get shut down for community guidelines. So they look at us like, it depends on how the interaction going. If it's a little heated going, like you talking like with the talking back, they might hit you for bullying, harassing. Then you get strikes for like people putting privacy strikes. So you're like, yo, I'm recording in public. Like, yo, how am I getting a privacy strike on me? But so many strikes, they just shut it down.
Sure. So you were saying some of them get shut down because the interactions get heated, and the interaction that we just played that you had with Joseph Manzoni, I mean, that was as heated as it gets. You're inside his apartment. He's screaming at you, turn off the camera. Looked like he was about to get physical with you. I mean, at any point going inside this man's apartment, were you scared?
No.
He has candles on. It's just you two in his bedroom, and you're not scared that he was going to get
physical? The
physical?
mood is already set for like when I come there.
Sure.
He
sees you. He sees you. He knows it's not the person he was expecting. Sure.
Like,
so what led you to him?
Like I post like what I do is I go on these social media, dating apps, anything like that you can correspond back and forth. I put a profile up there that says that for the minimum age, most of these dating apps or social media, you have to be 18. So I'm going to put that minimum age up there. Mm-hmm. Then once somebody jump in my inbox, oh, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, by the way, I'm not 18 and I'm underage, under the age of consent. Like I pick an age that's under consent age, of legal consent age. I have about like 90%, 95% of the people that turns me down.
Sure.
Like out of all the people I talk to on there that turn me down. Then you get that like that 5% that actually like, all right. But it just seems like I find them 5% easily.
Sure. And then Joseph Manzoni's defense when you got there was, oh, I was going to correct this kid and tell them that the kid shouldn't have been doing this.
Yeah. Like he thought he was slick. Like the way that he was messaging me, he was messaging me voice messages, all voice message. Like we were talking back, corresponding back with voice message. Like he'd respond to me in a voice chat. And I recorded them all. Like every response, I recorded them all. Boom, boom, record. Then I had his phone number, so we was texting back and forth. So when I came in the house, like at first he was like, "No, man, you too young, man. I'm not trying to get locked up and nothing like this." I'm like, I just coached him like, "Yo, listen, I'm a spirits kid that I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not trying to tell or nothing like this." After a while, he's like, "All right, you come over." Gave me the address, pinned his location, had the door open and everything. When the cops was there, he was still texting me.
What do you mean when the cops were
at the place? Like when I left out of there, like yo, when I think he seen the police outside, out of his window or something, because he texted me right after that. He's like, "Oh man, yo, just remember you was trespassing and you just walked into my house and this and that." I'm like, you know, you let me in, and everything was it was live, and you could see on the camera that if you come in like to the door, like cracking the door open, like and just leave the door open for me.
So you contacted him one day. That same day, he tells you to come over. You go over, and again that same day he gets arrested.
He didn't. I don't think he got arrested that day.
When did he get arrested?
I don't know. I just recently found out that he got arrested.
Wow. So of the people you've gone over and contacted the police about, how many of them have gotten arrested?
I don't know, because a lot of times I don't even hear about it. Like AC, you don't really hear about it like to afterwards. Like, oh, this person got locked up, that person got locked up, and what the actual charges were and everything like that. Most of them get charged with luring of a child and stuff like that until they do their full investigation.
Sure. So if you're putting in all this effort to try to catch these guys, you're not following up to see if they're getting arrested afterwards?
No, like me, I do this for exposure.
Sure.
Like, if you know the threat, you know how to protect yourself from the threat. That's
Meaning
how I feel. Like say when these people get locked up, when they come home, they on Megan Law, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they on Megan Law, they're not in jail or nothing like this. So you got to take it upon yourself to find out exactly who they are and stuff like that. If your next door neighbor is a predator, you're gonna know from Megan Law and everything like that. That just I don't feel like jail rehabilitates them. Like if they get locked up with me, it's extra credit. Me, I'm here to expose, because when I catch you, you losing your job. You still got to pay your bills and everything, your monthly dues, and you're scared to go outside because everybody done seen the video. The talk is going around. They don't stop at anything like that. The talks about, yo, you was on that on that show. I seen all the messages back and forth because a lot of times the police don't lock these people up because we're civilians that's doing this.
It's a lot of steps that goes into you catching someone versus a police officer arresting them and then them actually going to jail. So has anyone you've ever caught been convicted?
Convicted? Yeah, I had one conviction so far that I know for a fact that he copped out. But you was like a lot of them, you won't even hear, like you won't get, like see if they get locked up later. Like after I turn the messages and everything in, all evidence. Sometimes, like the only time they will need me to go to court or something like that is if they go to trial. And most of them, I say about like 98% of them not going to trial. The only people that go to trial with these type of charges are people that have money.
Sure. Why's that?
Because money buys you freedom.
Yeah. So with Joseph Manzoni, why did this one take off so much? Why did this one make headlines? Because he got arrested?
I have no clue. Like it was one, like the people that I think it was Breaking News that broke it, Breaking AC.
Mm-hmm.
They broke, and like I hit them up every time when I'm down there and tell them about who I caught down there.
Sure.
So they do follow-up stories about it.
So are you going to follow Manzoni to see if it goes from arrest to conviction?
If it go to conviction, I'll follow it if it comes to if they need me to trial or something like that. It's just too much time, like with traveling, like then especially like with me trying to catch. I want to put as many faces. I want to show the people as many faces that I can, and like me going to court dates and stuff like that, going to try to keep up with that stuff. It takes time from me exposing more faces.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. To follow up, the time you're doing that, the next person who's allegedly doing this could be getting away with it because you're following up on the
that's why like a lot of times when I'm in Atlantic City, it's like when you call the police out there, it's a long process. It's a long process. Like after calling the police, when the police come there, so that's about like a 2.5 hour like range that you at the police station giving you an interview, everything like that. And within this time, especially when I'm in Atlantic City, like my phone be ringing, bling, 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 bling. So all those blings, those potential predators that I could have been catching within that time frame, that once I leave the police station and everything like that, then I look at my phone, I can't get nobody now. They all done left. Like, oh man, I supposed to got that one. I supposed to got him.
Yeah, you got to stay on top of it. Would you consider yourself sort of a new age Chris Hansen?
Yeah, like more modern. But like me, like I don't see like me, like in really I don't see Chris Hansen as like a predator catcher. I see him more as a host of a show.
Sure.
Than actually like the person that's going out putting in the work to go actually catch these predators.
Well, you're doing the work to catch the predator, filming yourself catching the predator, and then calling the police too. So you're really a one-man band doing it.
Yeah, like I feel that I am a official predator catcher, like that doing it all. Like I feel like he was like more of like the host like that, and all the catches are set up for them to come near and everything. He just did just to interview him.
Yep. You did the producer's work, the host work, the researcher's work, everything. All right, LC Predator Catcher, thanks so much for joining us on Law and Crime Sidebar podcast. You can check out the full Joseph Manzoni video and others on his YouTube page, LC Predator Catcher. Thanks again for coming on. At the time of this recording, Manzoni's been charged with a second-degree crime on a summons and has a pending court appearance. Thanks for joining us here on Sidebar. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Sidebar is produced by YouTube manager Bobby Szoke, video editor Michael Deininger, and booker Alyssa Fisher. I'm Sam Goldberg. We'll speak to you next time.